Is Joe Schoen and the New York Football Giants trying to trade up to the number one overall pick in the NFL draft to select Caleb Williams? We're going to break that down on today's show. You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. First off, CBS Sports put out a mock draft where they had the New York Giants trading up to number one with the Chicago Bears to select the USC quarterback. Also, there are rumors going around the interwebs that the Giants and Bears have been in talks. Reportedly, Joe Schoen and Ryan Poles, the general manager for the Chicago Bears, have been in communication about a trade that would give the Giants the number one overall pick. We're going to talk about that in today's show. But first, I got to make sure everybody watching is subscribed to New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. Here at Chat Sports, we have multiple NFL channels. I am the face of the New York Giants once, thanks to you guys, but also our Dallas Cowboys report, hosted by Tom Downey. He challenged us in the month of January that we could not pick up more subscribers than his Cowboys channel. Well, right now he is right, but we are right on their heels, and I want to pass them. If you hate the Cowboys and you want free, informative, entertaining content on your Giants every single day, subscribe to the channel right now. We'll go through the CBS mock draft and we'll tell you what the trade was. But on BigBlueInteractive.com, which is pretty much Reddit for Giants fans, this page has been up for a long time. Had a recent post from a person who goes by the username Blueheart, who has been a part of this page since 2007. Also reportedly, this person has been right about a couple of things that have happened in the past. They wrote this on the 15th. I know what has happened here in recent years, so don't witch hunt. I do have firsthand knowledge of this. Take it for what you will. Joe Schoen and Ryan Poles are talking trade for the top pick. I don't have parameters, etc., but I know for a fact initial terms have been exchanged. The thinking is that the quarterback will be the top 3 picks in the draft, with Williams declaring officially. Just thought I'd pass this along. Blueheart has been posting on BigBlueInteractive.com since 2007. And I'm not going to go on a limb and say this is right or this is wrong or they're reporting a fact or they're spreading fake news. I'll take it for face value. But I do want to go over the mock draft where CBS Sports had the Giants trading up to number one. This was the trade package that they thought it would take. It would take the Giants' first round pick, pick number 6, their first second round pick, pick 39, their fourth round selection at pick 105, and then a 2025 first-round pick, a 2025 third-round pick, and Darius Slayton. The question is, Marshall, is this too much? Should the Giants pull the trigger, or should the Giants even select a quarterback in the first round with holes on the offensive line, not a lot of talent, and really a team that has a lot more holes to fill? Let's talk about it. First overall, Caleb Williams is an absolute stud. There is a reason he is going to be the number one overall pick in this draft. The kid is special. He did it at Oklahoma when he was a freshman, when he completed 64.5% of his passes in 11 games for 21 touchdowns and 4 INTs. Then he transferred to USC with Lincoln Riley, and he played the best positional. He played the quarterback position the best, in my opinion, over anybody in college football the last 2 years. What he did in 2022 was special. Almost 4,600 yards, 42 touchdowns, just 5 interceptions. And then this year, 30 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and just 12 games played. This guy can make every throw. He reminds me a little bit of Patrick Mahomes. I'm not going to put that on him. That's not fair. Mahomes is going to walk into the Hall of Fame on his very first chance. But if there's anybody that has entered the NFL since Mahomes that could do Mahomes-type things, it is Caleb Williams. And he's an underrated athlete as well. Ran for 11 touchdowns in his career, almost 1,000 yards, and we've seen the highlight plays where he loves to make plays out of the pocket. When things break down, there's nobody better that can make something out of nothing entering this draft. Are there concerns about his game? Yeah, I want to see him play more in structure. I want to see him have better ball security. Over 30 fumbles in his last couple of years. But at the end of the day, he is going to be a franchise quarterback. And when you only have to give up 2 first-round picks, a second-round pick, a third and a fourth, and Darius Slayton, who I am a fan of and have grown to be a fan of, you absolutely make this deal. Let me know. If you were Joe Schoen, would you pull the trigger on this move? Type A for accept, type D for decline. Let me know what you think. For me, I am making this trade every single day of the week. This is a no-brainer. This is a no doubter. The Giants would be lucky if this is all it took for the Giants to move up from pick 6 to pick 1 to select Caleb Williams. Thing is, the Chicago Bears are going to want way more than what CBS mocked as a trade that would have it go through. Let's go back to what it costed the Carolina Panthers to go up from pick 9 to pick 1 last year so they could select Bryce Young. It cost them their first-round pick this year, their first-round pick next year, speaking from 2022 to 2023. It also cost them second-round picks, 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and DJ Moore. And DJ Moore is a much better player than Darius Slayton. You might say, well, of course, Marshall, it's going to cost more to go from 9 to 1 than 6 to 1. Reports are coming out that the Chicago Bears are expecting to get more than this because of who they are going to be passing up on, if they do, in Caleb Williams. Also, I'm not so sure that the Chicago Bears are going to trade out of the number 1 overall pick. It sounds like they are interested in Caleb Williams. I'm going to tell you, though, why the Giants should absolutely trade up, no matter the cost, to get Caleb Williams. But first, I got to tell you about our proud sponsor, Prize Picks, the number 1 daily fantasy sports app in North America. It is prizepicks.com/CLNS, promo code CLNS, and make sure you use that promo code CLNS, and they will match your first deposit up to $100. It's daily fantasy sports made easy. All you do is create a lineup of 2 to 6 players, and you simply choose more or less on their projected stats. The more players you have in your lineup, the higher your payout can be. They always have specials on Tuesday. They have NBA Flex Fridays. They have a lot of ways that they give you an advantage to make money. It's a lot of fun. It's easy, and it's exciting. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS, promo code CLNS. If you're going to play daily fantasy sports, do it with our proud sponsor, Prize Picks. So there might be people at this point still watching the video. They're like, Marshall, no way we should trade up for a quarterback. It never, ever works. No team has ever traded to the number 1 overall pick or into the top 3 to go and select their quarterback because you have to give up too much. And more likely than not, the first-round quarterbacks never live up to the hype. It's never worked before, right? What about when it worked out for the New York Giants? When they traded up in the draft to select Eli Manning, when he didn't want to go play for the San Diego Chargers. He won you 2 Super Bowls, and he kept you relevant for 15 years. Caleb Williams has superstar upside. That's what you are looking for in this league at the quarterback position. It's a coach, and it's a quarterback league. You think you have your coach in Brian Daboll? That means you only got 1 more spot to fill until you can really compete in this league. And this guy right here, he can do it for you. He can be the face of the franchise. And not only can he help you win games, he can elevate your franchise. And the Giants have been looking for that guy since Eli Manning had his number retired. Joe Schoen, you were brought here to put this organization back on track and back in the lane of where they were as one of the core blue blood top run organizations in this league. You know how you do that? You get your quarterback. So you identify your guy and you push your chips into the table, whatever it costs to go get him. And Caleb Williams is that type of guy. But Caleb Williams isn't the only guy that I would trade up for in this draft. I would also move up for Drake Maye. And it may cost you a little bit less to go from 6 to 2 compared to 6 to 1. And you may even be able to get Drake Maye at pick number 3 or 4. Drake is a really talented guy. He reminds me of a little bit lesser version of a couple of the top quarterbacks in this league, most notably Justin Herbert. Really strong arm. I don't think it's as strong as Herbert's, but I do think he can touch every single blade of grass or turf that he wants to from anywhere on the field. The dude is special. He can get it done. He is good. He's not Caleb Williams, but he's really, really good, and I think he would have been the number 1 overall pick in the 2023 NFL Draft over Bryce Young. At the end of the day, the New York Giants need new blood at the quarterback position. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to look at this team and understand that Daniel Jones is not that guy. They cannot afford to waste another year with Daniel Jones taking snaps under center for this organization. Just because you made a mistake, just because you gave him a whole lot of guaranteed money, does not mean you need to double down on that mistake. He showed you who he is, and this is no disrespect to Daniel. He has not been given an awesome situation. But you know what? That's life. It's a National Football League. There's a lot of quarterbacks that have failed in this league because of the bad situation they were put in. But the thing that's different with Caleb Williams, he has the talent to overcome a bad situation. He can turn a bad situation into a great situation. We saw what C.J. Stroud did with the Houston Texans in year one. We saw how quickly Joe Burrow turned around an organization in Cincinnati that had been floating around mediocrity for God knows how long. That's the type of player that Caleb Williams and I believe Drake Maye are. The Giants need to go get that guy. And there's two of them in this draft that they can go make a move for. Appreciate everybody for tuning in to New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. If you haven't yet, hit that thumbs up icon, subscribe, and give me a follow over on Twitter @MarshallGreen_.